Jupiter goes retrograde 4 months a year. So this is a very uncommon thing. Many people around the world having Jupiter retrograde in their horoscope. So you can ask me when Jupiter goes retrograde. Jupiter goes retrograde whenever it is 5-9 position away from Sun. That means Surya. Like this year, Jupiter will be retrograde in Sagittarius 9th sign when Sun will be exalted in Aries. So they will be 5-9 away from each other. That is trine condition. So whenever Jupiter is trine away from Sun, it starts becoming retrograde. So isn't it Vedic astrology interesting? And let me tell you 4 steps formula that every planet actually follow during retrograde motion. Number 1, before going retrograde, it goes stationary for a few days. So stationary means being on the same position, not ahead, not backward. And after that, finally, it starts going retrograde. Then third step is that it again becomes stationary before going direct. That means again on the same position for a few days. And finally it goes direct. It goes direct from the stationary movement. So these 4 steps, every planet, Saturn, Mars, Venus, everyone, this is called the retrograde loop, and every planet actually follow this rule, this retrograde loop. Now I'm going to talk about everything about Jupiter retrograde. What actually does it say, especially karmically? What does it say when you have Jupiter retrograde in your horoscope? And click the bell icon, subscribe the channel so you will not be missing out all these videos. Jupiter retrograde people are having very little value in their life or their family value, family tradition, family customs or religious ethics and all. So their morals, their customs, their ethics, their religious pursuit is very, very different from their society, and they do not bother about it. They are not much interested even in following all these things. I have seen Jupiter retrograde people. They are quite a lot of self-centered. Now many people over here, I know they will be typing the comments and no ma'am, you're so wrong, you are completely wrong, I have Jupiter retrograde and I'm not self-centered. But mostly people are self-centered. But try to understand here, retrograde Jupiter, it is asking you to be self-aware rather than being self-centered. So you need to be self-aware, because Jupiter retrograde, what this Jupiter retrograde is doing over here, it's making you unaware of the higher knowledge, the philosophical pursuit, the lacking of philosophical pursuit in your life. So they decline knowledge. So Jupiter over here is retrograde, and when any planet is retrograde, it's having more strength because it has motional strength, which is called Cheshtaval. So in Shadval, perhaps this is very strong planet. So in your horoscope, when Jupiter is retrograde, that means you always show lack of interest and you keep on declining the knowledge, higher knowledge. Now what is knowledge? Knowledge doesn't mean that how to eat, how to sleep, or what to do when any guests come at our home. These are not the knowledge. These are very basic things, third house things, the small information, the lower level of knowledge. That is third house. But I'm talking about the 9th house, higher knowledge, the philosophical pursuit, the religious pursuit of our life, that you will have to open. Otherwise, I have seen Jupiter retrograde people, they keep on doing the same mistake again and again. They will do the same sort of mistake again because they don't have the sense, they don't have the right judgment. Because Jupiter is the planet of judgment, that natural Sagittarius sign lord. So once it will accumulate all these things, induce all these things in your life, then this Jupiter retrograde will start working properly in your life. And Jupiter is Jiva, that Jiv Datta inside us. So when Jupiter is retrograde, it says that your soul wanted to come back, it wanted to reincarnate again. So the chances are there. The soul wanted to get it incarnated again. Okay, usually soul doesn't want what we want. We all want to get moksha. We don't want to come back. But here Jupiter retrograde means the soul itself wanted to come back. The soul always neglected, rejected, declined the higher knowledge, the higher senses in his past life, and in this life also incarnated with the same level, with the same sort of mindset. and the tendency will be that he wasted his past life. The tendency will be that this life also perhaps he will be wasting, until and unless you are not transmuting this Jupiter retrograde vibration, that energy. And how, I told you how you need to be very much, in the higher knowledge. So when Jupiter is the only planet retrograde in your horoscope, perhaps you are missing out your education. You don't have much of formal education, break in education, school drop, college drop, or nothing extraordinary you have done in your basic education. So what they do in later part of their life, they keep on educating themselves a lot. That's like self study, re-educate themselves. They keep on grabbing lots of knowledge. This is higher knowledge, then slowly they keep on grabbing. So that's what is Jupiter. Because Jupiter retrograde, you will have to gain the knowledge to balance this Jupiterian energy, that knot you are having with this Jupiter, the retrograde knot. You will have to break this one by self evolvement. You will have to get evolved, which you were neglecting in your past life, and this life also you started with the same thing. If your whole horoscope is good enough, supportive enough, then you can go with this thing on and on in life. Otherwise, people keep on doing the same mistake again and again. I have said they keep on neglecting the same thing. They keep on having the wrong judgment again and again. Yes, the very interesting thing is that they are lacking in knowledge, I will say. But when Jupiter is retrograde, these people are very much ready, very much good in giving advice, giving knowledge to the other one. They even without asking for it. So कोई पूछ भी नहीं रहा है, पर खुद होके जाके advice देते हैं. They keep on giving their sort of knowledge, their part of knowledge, their part of advice. That's what they keep on doing, and they have the tendency of going cashless. I'll not say cashless, the liquid crunch. Okay, they go for liquid crunch very easily, that they don't have much of money in their pocket. So very much cautious they will have to be in financial matter. They should have little backup with them always. Maybe it's a small amount, but still they will have to have. Otherwise they go cashless very easily. No cash, no money in hand. So that every Jupiter retrograde people will have to tackle this one. Because why it is so? Because Jupiter is the planet who is the significant of your natural second house, that is your finance house. So you will have to do this. What else? Yes, Jupiter retrograde people, they always have the self-doubt. I will not say self-doubt, they have the doubt on their worthiness, whether they are deserving or not, whatever they are achieving in life, whatever they have achieved in life. So they always have the self-doubt in themselves, that am I deserving whatever I am going to do? Am I going to be the right one, deserving one for that? Anyway, so these are the usual phenomenon of Jupiter retrogression. Yes, they are deep thinker. I will not say exactly thinker, they are dreamer. They will keep on dreaming, I'll do this, I'll do that. All this planning they will keep on doing, but they will not act on it. They will just be dreaming. Perhaps that the dreamy Pisces thing they have, being Jupiter retrograde, they are a great dreamer, great thinker, but they will not act on their plan, their core plan, their core dream. Yes, Jupiter retrograde, it has a very code way of working, as they are unaware of that social code of conduct as well as the higher vibration going around them. They always go very low level of thinking process they are having. So it takes lots of time for them, when they cross 40, 45, then they understand, 35, understand that yes, the life has different perspective of looking at it. That's what is Jupiter retrograde. As I said, they always rejected knowledge, and this life also perhaps they will be doing the same thing if they are not, waking up early enough. They love traveling. They love the idea of traveling, but they hardly leave their home, they hardly leave their city. They like sports, but they watch it. They love watching it rather than playing it. They like education, they love education, or they really feel that yes, education is good. But when it comes to getting enrolled into a long course, they feel that no, this is not possible to getting enrolled in a very long, big course. So that's how the thing goes on in their life, and I'm sure many of you can relate to it. the dasha of Jupiter retrograde or any retrograde planet is little different than the direct one. So obviously Jupiter retrograde dasha will be different, will be different eventful things, but events will be as per the lordship. And basically for Jupiter retrograde, I have seen that where is Jupiter posited, that is much more important, that where is Jupiter posited, in which sign, in which house, rather than the lordship. Lordship is also important, but I will say the sign where it is posited and the sign and house is much more important to understand how the Jupiter retrograde is going to work in your life. And as I say that Jupiter retrograde, if you want to come out of Jupiter retrograde, you will have to induce the philosophical pursuit in your life. The sooner you will do, the better it is, because otherwise you will not be getting the expansive result of Jupiter. आपको business करना है, फैलना है, आपको और बड़ा होना है. So this expansion of Jupiter will be missing in you. So to have this, you will have to have that Jupiterian qualities. And what's the Jupiterian qualities? All the ninth house things, the spiritually higher knowledge, higher perspective, different perspective of looking at the things. So that's what is Jupiter. The more, otherwise Jupiter retrograde will not give you the main I will say the main challenge over here is that Jupiter retrograde, you are not having good education, you are not having good guidance, you are not having good guru, you are searching for a good guru, you are not getting it. But then the challenge is that you will have to get it. You will have to have the different knowledge. You will have to have the higher senses, but you are not having any guidance. So that's the perhaps punishment and karmic challenge in your life, that you avoided it, you neglected it. But in this life, it's your duty to self-educate yourself. It's your duty to find the guidance. It's your duty to self-guide yourself and go ahead in that path. Otherwise, the soul will keep on coming and coming and coming, because without knowledge, without perseverance, yes, this is one more thing I would say, that Jupiter is for knowledge, Jupiter is for perseverance, Jupiter is for many things. Many people know that it's for wisdom, this, that. I don't want to repeat it, the common things. Jupiter is for knowledge, Jupiter is for perseverance. When you are lacking in it, when you are neglecting it, when you are avoiding it, then without knowledge and perseverance, you cannot go as per your goal. You cannot be successful. So success will be delayed. So these are all interrelated things. So I hope people understood that how Jupiter retrograde works and how to come out of this Jupiter retrograde thing. And yes, one more thing. This is very interesting, that the last one. The Jupiter retrograde people, they are very good in grabbing the opportunity which is passed by someone else, because Jupiter is the lord of ninth house, natural ninth house, the lord of opportunity. So they always pick up the opportunity which was passed out by someone else. किसी और ने उसको जाने दिया, someone lost it, so they are picking it up. So that's what they do very quite nicely, I will say. Jupiter retrograde, I can go on and on and on this one, but I will say I feel this is all for Jupiter retrograde thing. Keep educating, get more awareness, and Jupiter will bless you in some of the other ways. So that's all for today, and I think the Mars retrograde video, Venus retrograde video is also there in the channel. You can watch it, subscribe the channel, and keep writing to me, keep following me everywhere, and I'll be back.